derp derp boom boom derp 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 boom 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 derp 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 boom boom D-E-R-P, that spells derp, yeah. Derp derp boom boom derp 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 boom 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 boom.
So, I'm not going to say I'm popping my head in today. I don't think what we're going to talk about today is really what I should be using for an intro. But I did want to say what's going on, just stopping by. Wanted to speak about some things, and video is going to be kind of boring to some, to others, maybe not so much. As you guys know, we deal with a lot of hate with the trolls and the cyber stalking and the package bombs that people mail, the fake package bombs that people mail, the harassment that my family's going through, and so on and so forth, not only here but also overseas. That's right, overseas, for those dumb fucks that don't know what overseas means, and want to talk all the shit that they want while they're in their basement and never left their town, let alone their city. But you know, there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of disrespect and a lot of nastiness, just ridiculous amount of nastiness. And the only reason why I'm talking today, and is, you know, the thing is I am bringing it up, and it's nothing to do per se with me, but one of the things that a lot of you are saying, which is new, it just started coming out, you know, everything's kind of new, and I respond to the kind of new things. I really haven't ever really got out in front of any of your crazy bullshit talks, but you know, one of the things that I felt that I should address and really take care of is the way a lot of you are talking about, you know, gays and lesbians and the LGBTQ community, and trying to, I guess you're trying to say that I'm part of that. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, you know, you guys can hide on your little Discord, and you can hide on your little Patreons, and you can hide on whatever little channels you want to go hide on, and go make whatever fake YouTube channels you want to make, or fake Facebooks you want to make. But at the end of the day, once I hear it, obviously, you know, then I'm going to be here and I'm going to set the record straight. For you to be bashing anyone in the LGBTQ community is very shocking. It's just as much as being racist. And I love how you guys, when I was trying to explain that I'm so far from racist, that everyone said, oh, well, because you're saying it, then you are. You know, it's confusing to me how you guys can continue to throw rocks while you stay at home, while you're in your basements or your little computer rooms, or whatever you want to call it, your little command centers, your little bat caves, whatever you want to believe you're doing. But at the end of the day, the LGBTQ community doesn't deserve your disrespect or your hate or your nastiness or your comments. I myself, just so we're clear, I myself have never driven through that community. I've never been a part of that community. However, I have many family members that are part of that community. And we have many employees that work for us that are a part of that community currently, that are contractors that work for us now. I've never had any kind of ill will or thoughts because of associations with anyone that might be part of that community. In fact, some of you have noticed we do a lot of charity events for the LGBTQ community. I actually participated in a few different coming out parades in Orlando, and some other coming out parades throughout Central Florida. Not because that's my way of saying that I'm part of the community or I'm driving in the community. Um, that's just our way of showing support to the communities that need support, just like the Islamic community, just like sometimes the black community, Black Lives Matter, things of that nature. You don't have to agree with everything I say, and you definitely don't have to agree with me at all. But just because they have a flag like that doesn't give you the right for your fat, nasty ass to be talking trash about people that just find love in a different way. You know, I can assure you that I've been to many, many different countries, and some maybe and I'm sure all you fucking nasty people will say things that are stupid and make comments and talk stupid. But I know I've been a swordsman for quite some time. Um, Unfortunately, sometimes I'm still a swordsman. But a swordsman always is a swordsman, and he'll never stop battling until the war is over. But for those that know what a real swordsman is, you'll understand what I'm saying. Those that haven't a fucking clue, you'll be like, is he talking about the military again? Yeah. Just so you know, Metro State Special Services Vehicle Protection Unit provided the majority of the funeral escorts for the victims of Pulse. In fact, we not only did the majority of them, those that weren't being shipped overseas and those that weren't being done by Osceola County Sheriff's Office at that current time when they were still doing escorts, which they're not kind of anymore. But here in Orlando, we did the majority of the Pulse victim escorts. And not only did my company actually do the majority of them, but we also did them for free for the families. Everyone has a right to have their voice or their thoughts or their backgrounds or their cultures or their beliefs heard. Not everybody's that way, and I understand that. But nobody should be talking bad about anybody else's belief, religion, color, or their orientation. It's I know I'm a loser and you guys don't like me. That's great. I get it. But I shouldn't be the one that has to tell you that because you come out and troll the internet and make statements like that. You don't hurt my feelings at all. I know I'm not gay. For you to continue to call me those things and then say those things, you're only hurting the people that are also following, that are reading it, that are black or Spanish or Arab or gay or lesbian or trans, things like that. You're only hurting them. Maybe you don't really give a fuck, which means you're a piece of shit and a loser like the people you're trying to say are losers. A lot of you are extremely racist and have very nasty, negative things to say about somebody. And, you know, there's a lot of videos that are coming out because all the impersonating, supposedly me racing through town, you don't know for sure who it is. I don't know if you've all seen the one where they say it's me, but it's a BMW dash, then a Honda dashboard, and then a Kawasaki dashboard, all in the same video spliced together with my audio speaking over it. I don't know how I rode 3 bikes on the same funeral escort, and I don't know how I was yelling on the same escort on 3 different bikes, but hey, you know, nobody stopped and said, how come we're hearing this audio, but it's not being shown with the video? We're just seeing pictures of video from something completely different or irrelevant to what the audio is, like the interview of Baloney, you know, not a real person. But there's been a lot of audio that's hit just recently. In fact, even I was watching one and I'm like, this isn't even fucking what was said. Like the whole Corporal Ramsey interview of myself in the sheriff's office. Again, it doesn't show the video from the surveillance camera, because then that would show you that what is being said is actually what I was saying. And then there's some video that just recently came out of me speaking with Jennifer. And a lot of that video I watched, or well, it would just be audio because it's not actually visual. I'm saying to myself, that wasn't even close to what was said. A lot has been edited. In fact, one of the best parts is one video. They're talking with Ramsey, and he says in the video that I'm going to New York with another girl. I can assure you that was never said during the interview. So the purpose of what I'm saying is a lot of, not all, obviously. There's been statements, there's been things said. Never would deny that. However, maybe some of the way it was edited to sound isn't exactly what was said. And that goes back to the thing with Jennifer. A lot of videos are coming out and there's a lot being said as far as what we're talking about, which a lot of it's been edited and spliced together because that wasn't what was actually said. We've had a long road and there's been a lot of things along that road. Jennifer has apologized many times to fix the mistakes that she's made. And I've apologized to her for the recordings that have possibly come out that have been edited to say things that are different. But that doesn't give you guys the permission to talk about her in her race or who she is. And I'm sure that no other black female in the U.S. would like to be called the names that are coming her way, whether she is a business associate or she's more or less. But you know, one of the things is this all started because when she went to the Windermere Police Department to conduct business at the police department, unrelated to what I'm speaking of, Detective Allen met her inside the lobby and in a very authoritative law enforcement manner asked her to come back to a interview room. So he sat her down in the interview room, and I'm surprised that's not on the internet yet, being the fact that was only recently done in 2020. They needed some other things to charge me with because the Windermere case probably wouldn't stick. But a funny thing is the audio from that interview is not here or on the internet, right? Since it was done in 2020. And at the same time, while he was talking to her, he played the audios of the recordings that you keep hearing and seeing online. And that's why you're just recently hearing these conversations. Why you haven't heard the actual interview in the interview room, a little confusing. And in 2020, Detective Allen tried to get her to write sworn affidavits and have me charged for recording the conversations, which is comical and confusing for one reason. Well, no, a couple reasons. First reason is you're a Windermere police detective, which means your lines are at your city limits. I'm sorry, your town limits of Windermere. So any of those conversations that were conducted were in the cities outside of your town limits, which means you don't really have the jurisdiction to then talk about it. But yet for some reason you felt that you could and did. We'll see where that goes one day. But the second thing is because Jennifer and I have had our amends and we've fixed the road that was broken, Jennifer felt that it wasn't appropriate to file charges against me and never did. So I would almost think that what I've been told and what audio we've heard is true and accurate, that they believe that their case isn't strong enough. So now they're trying to add charges in some other way, shape, or form so they can get me. And I don't know about you all, but sooner or later, when does it become harassment of prosecution, not an actual crime? When does it stop, just like all the hate and all the disrespect and all the rudeness that you guys have out there for me, when does it stop for law enforcement officers when they're supposed to be professional and they swear an oath to protect and defend the families and residents of their towns or cities? There's a lot of you that are police officers and firefighters that are watching this, paramedics, EMTs. We even had paramedics, firefighters, and cops from Albany, a smaller town outside of the actual main city of Albany, but that looked out for me and actually had the understanding that you guys might see some traffic law violations on some of those videos, but there's not impersonating in any of those videos. But for some reason, you all have your chips behind Vittler and you're all on the bandwagon. I appreciate your tenacity in the endeavor. But with that said, you guys are amazing how petty and childish you are. The rest of the bitches out there on your keyboards and in the dark want to talk all the shit you want. You do it from your fake accounts and your fake phone numbers. What'd you guys think about that nice lady that left that message the other day on the phone? Apparently you all thought that was my grandmother. I don't know. Obviously you fucking morons don't do your research. But unfortunately, sadly, my grandmother passed away almost 3 years ago. So, wasn't my grandmother, you dumb fucks. But anyways, that nice young lady that was on the phone with us actually has experience and has class. Guess we can not say that about most of you. Anyways, my fans, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Anyways, spool the trolls up a little bit, twist their little tails under the bridge, see what the fuck they do today. I got some breaking news for you. We were kind of doing some interviews right now. As you can see, you'll see it on the YouTube blog here soon. But we just got some new breaking news. It wasn't confirmed before, but it is confirmed now. A lot of you have been talking shit. Yeah, Mr. Casey, Stephen Casey Miller quit because of other things outside of your case. It's not about your case. And then we contacted Stephen Casey Miller, and it was confirmed what I was saying was true and accurate. There's a lot of immoral and unethical pursuit of my case. And my case was, I'm sure there's other cases, but my case was the main straw that broke the camel's back. And a lot of you were talking shit. Oh, he's so full of shit. It's because of other things. He went to go start his own law practice. He probably did. From what I understand, he's a very good attorney. He probably is going to start his own law firm. That's what I would do. I mean, but I don't know if you really guys know me per se, but there's a few things that I don't believe in. I've never believed in coincidences. Coincidences are a nice way of saying setups, a nice way of saying snitches. This week, Marilyn Honeymeyer, which was the main prosecutor's second in command to Stephen Casey Miller, also quit. Also stating some of the same things. Illegal, immoral, unethical pursuits of cases within the state attorney's office. And on a good authority, we've been advised the main case was Jeremy Dewitte's. Again, the main case, Jeremy Dewitte. Oh, that's me. That's me, Jeremy Dewitte. I don't know how you're going to talk around this one, because you can make all the excuses you want, and you can talk about how it got transferred from this lawyer to that lawyer, all you want. But the main prosecutor on my case and the backup main prosecutor on my case have both resigned with the same resignation statements. I'm not counting my chickens yet, because I don't believe in counting chickens before they hatch. But I also don't believe in coincidences. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. One day we'll find out. And I can assure you, unless they push it back a lot more, it won't be on that other fucking guy's YouTube channel that said he'll be in the courtroom live streaming my court case. Yeah, those that aren't clear yet. If you haven't noticed, you know, the masks and stuff like that, we're under COVID-19 policies and procedures. And people aren't allowed in the courtrooms except for people that I invite or my lawyer invites. So, yeah, if you're going to see any kind of live streaming of any cases, it might more than likely be on my channel, not anybody else's. I'm sure everybody else like RWP and BB, or I'm sorry, yeah, BB. That's what it is, BB. Beta bitch. We'll actually have it on their YouTube channel afterwards. But hey, you guys believe what you want. Enjoy that. For those that remember what Vittler said at Blue Jacket Park, go back and rewind it at the Blue Jacket Park video that somebody released. He says, and I quote, "One day I will find a prosecutor that will prosecute you. We haven't been able to yet, but one day we will." And that one prosecutor that they found, he's been quoted saying by many lawyers, and we've already told you this before, that he was never going to leave until I was gone. And apparently he's left. And I'm still here today. Today. I'll give you that. Today. But we'll see. Hey, you guys. I appreciate you guys following me. Love my fans. I love you guys. We are going to do the motor badges soon. My motors are reporting in. I'm telling you guys are 10-8 when you guys report in. I love it. I think it's great. The rest of you, quit fucking being so nasty and rude. Quit fucking talking about people. You want to talk shit about me? Run it. I don't give a fuck. Y'all can talk all the shit you want about me. At the end of the day, I have my business. I have my beautiful home, my beautiful family, my extracurricular activities. I got it. So you talking shit about me don't hurt me at all. I don't want to sound like a jerk because I know I'm a dick. It's not illegal to be a dick in Florida just yet. Not yet. At least that's not what the statutes say. And I'm only bringing this up now because you guys are losers and trash. Those people, they don't need your harassment and your disrespect because you don't like it. If you want to talk shit about me and call me all the names you want, keep it to me. Be a real man. Type it, whatever you want. I'm still waiting for you to show up at my front doorstep, but you bitches won't. But type it, be a real man. Keep it to me. Stop with all the family members. Stop with all the girls. When does the hate stop? When do you guys grow the fuck up? Anyways, with that said, guys, breaking news. The main second backup prosecutor quit saying the same thing. Illegal, immoral, improper prosecution of Jeremy Dewitte. A lot of you said it was coincidence. A lot of you say it was he was going to another job. I would love to hear what you got to say now. For the rest of you guys, I love that you guys are following me. Motor One's rolling.